I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding. Ready, breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Thought I was 6 feet under. But now it's your turn to face the
So I was sitting here sharing this stuff.
Yeah.
The Facebook's like normal.
Yeah, right.
But for some weird reason,
Uh-huh.
I will click on the group to share it to,
Yeah.
and then it'll move it down the list and then say that it's already been posted. It's like it's on there twice.
But you didn't post it twice.
I know. Well, no, I know, but I'm not that posted it twice, but like it puts it on the list twice.
Oh, like it doubles it up on you?
Yeah. And it already says, oh, it's already posted. Well, duh. I
Of course it's
literally
already
just
posted.
hit the button, you moron.
It's like, I just did this one. Dummy.
Why are you so stupid? See, look. It should have showed you. I already hit that one, and those were already posted.
Yeah.
See? It's stupid. It's
Stupid.
There you go. Look.
It did it again.
It did it again. You so dumb.
Jeez.
What's wrong with you, Facebook? Give me your keys.
Criminelli.
Give me your keys.
You drunk.
You're drunk. Call a cab. We'll call an Uber.
Right.
Well,
Actually, especially not at Uber Eats. But anyway.
Oh, wow.
Too soon?
I think it's too soon.
Okay. Sorry.
Just a tad too soon.
My fault.
Got to give it about another hour at least.
Okay, fine. I'll give it another hour. Jeez. So the University of Winchester in England is under some heavy criticism.
You're not going to do this with an English accent?
No.
The University of Winchester in England is reportedly receiving criticism for its decision to erect a statue honoring the outspoken Swedish climate change
Excuse me.
activist.
You
Greta
missed.
Thunberg.
Yeah. First off, you just kind of glazed over the erect part.
But you see, I'm doing an English accent, so they don't really know about erect.
It's true, they're pretty soft.
They are. Yes. According to the BBC, the university claimed that, quote, no money was diverted from staffing or support of students for the statue.
How'd they pay for it then?
Apparently good looks and showing a little leg. The university also says under the impression that the piece is the first life-size sculpture of the inspirational Thunderberg.
You been
I can't stand that heifer.
thunderstruck?
I really don't understand, like, it why?
I don't know. Gunther Thunderstruck is apparently now going to be,
Immortalized.
in a statue, University of Winchester.
No, give it a while, and sometime in the, distant future, somebody will get pissy and pull it down. Like, how dare she? She turned around and caused everything to be crappy.
Why did she do it?
I don't know, but pull a statue down. We don't need history reminding us of the stupid things we've done.
How dare you?
Shut up.
It's all she can say.
That's all you can say.
However, some student groups are unhappy with the university's decision to erect a statue of the activist in a year when many are facing financial struggles due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Again, there's that word.
So once again,
Erect.
I've got to, yeah, thank you. How did you pay for this?
Maybe the royal family bought it. I don't know.
The University and College of Winchester, what are you doing?
Teachers union pitched in and they all pooled their money. We really want to have this statue. It's so pretty.
The University and College Union Winchester branch stated that their disapproval of the statue is not in regards to it being one of Thunderberg, and have expressed their support for climate change activism. And instead, the issue they have is the lack of openness in the process of decision-making, according to the union's Twitter feed. Winchester UCU President Megan Ball described the Thunderberg as a, quote, fantastic role model for everyone, as someone who speaks loudly and proudly about important global issues, end quote, but said the student union could not get behind the sculpture. Sorry, I got a little excited there a moment. I apologize.
They couldn't get behind it, huh?
No, especially with it being erect and all.
Pretty difficult.
It's kind of hard to hide.
Right.
She said, quote, we are in a COVID year. Lots of students haven't really had access to campus, and lots of them are trying to study online and are in dire need of support. We are calling on the university to match the statue cost by committing £23,760 in additional funding to student support services across the campus.
I'm sorry. Wait, what?
Yes.
I'm
If
sorry,
you- basically, they're saying that if you're going to erect this rock in the campus, that you need to turn around and also put that same amount of money towards students who should have been paying to go in the first place.
That's $32,000 right now, by the way.
Yes, in American dollars, yes.
Yeah, it's American dollars.
Yes.
$32,774.07.
Yes, 32. Don't forget the 7 cents.
Okay, yeah, it's there.
Yes. Very important 7 cents. We urge them publicly, or to publicly face the critical issues which students are highlighting and provide a transparent breakdown of additional and existing financial support.
Breakdown.
Go ahead and give it to me. The union.
Good try. You tried
Thank
so
you.
hard.
I'm rather hip, one might say.
Right. Well done.
The union also passed a motion to censure, describing the statue as a vanity project, quote unquote, by the vice chancellor, who, by the way, is leaving the union and the university.
So you're saying that the vice chancellor is pretty vain.
Yes. The motion also stated that the branch, quote, believes that this money should be spent, not spend. That says spend. Someone fire the editor. Should have been better used by preventing redundancies and other cuts across the universities, end quote. Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
This is, Britain. This
Right.
is the United Kingdom.
Yes.
And they use the word redundancies as another word for firing. So they're talking about preventing firing of teachers
Right.
and other cuts across.
Okay.
So we're clear. I wanted to clarify that.
Good. Thank you.
No
Yes.
problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
So what you're saying is people are pissed because they spent $32,000 on a statue that means absolutely nothing, and they could have spent that on, I don't know, getting people back into school, supporting the teachers so that they don't get fired, making sure that the university is running properly.
Yes. To put it shorter, they're angry because the university paid $32,000 for an erection.
That sounds like a blowjob to me.
It was a complete waste.
Mm-hmm.
So sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
And it was much more than $20.
Yes. Yeah. The university, by the way, has spent £5.2 million this year on student support.
Why? It's online.
Well, they're paying for their internet.
It's online.
This is Great Britain. It's called universal internet.
The school doesn't pay for that.
No, they don't. But they do.
But they don't.
It's called a subsidy.
But not from the university.
They do, because
Not the
they want people to go to their school.
It's not, the university did not pay £5.2 million.
You silly American. If you were from Britain, you would understand the importance of having such a university pay such quantities of money to make sure that our students are at the top of the level.
You have trash internet. I'm just saying. Your internet's trash.
5.2 million.
What do you have? Sprint from 1995. What are you doing?
Still running on dial-up.
AT&T circa 92. What's
Now they have AOL still.
AOL running in the background? What is this?
The whole school communicates through. No, nobody knows that from here, but I take your point.
I get it.
Yeah, no, I I was gonna say the entire student body and the faculty communicate through chat rooms, in the AOL chat rooms.
Yeah. So they run everything off a T1 line. Is that what it's called?
Oh no!
Is that what's going on here?
We went there.
Yes, I did.
Holy God!
You're welcome.
I didn't even think about that one. Wow.
Hey, that was the
Huh?
Oh,
Oh no, the ICQ chat. Holy cow.
IRC.
Oh,
Yes, IRC chats.
wow.
I remember the rollbots that you used to play.
You realize we just completely dated ourselves.
Yes, I don't care.
Everyone
I was
knows our age, but like when you,
I was a kid.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I wasn't a kid. I was younger in a childish era, but it wasn't a kid. I was a teenager.
You're just a kid and life is a nightmare.
Well, when you had internet like we had, it was.
Yeah, you're right. It
It
was.
was.
Yeah, every time somebody called, you get it cut off. Son of a.
Uh-huh. Good times.
Right.
I was in the middle of downloading. It'd been 3 days and trying to download this game. You know how long it took to download Minesweeper? Holy crap.
Forever.
Forever.
Everybody getting on the LimeWire. And
What
getting
was the other one?
all those viruses off of LimeWire?
Napster.
Jeez. Napster and LimeWire. Jeez.
And what was the bear one? You remember the bear?
Bear.
There was a bear one.
Like
Oh.
Kodiak?
No. It literally was something bear. I can't remember what it was.
I don't
now.
know.
I just remember this ugly looking
Like Grizzly Sing?
little teddy bear up in the corner.
Oh,
A set through the whole
no,
time.
I don't remember that.
That was the one I used because even though it still had viruses, that one was known to have less,
one.
or at least I got less.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But whatever. Just saying.
Canceled producer over on the Twitter's $32,000 erectile event. They need some blue pills.
Where do you think the $32,000 went to?
That's right.
Just saying. I don't know. Kevin Hutch is over on Twitter. Also, 27,000 pounds. Why do the British weigh their money? I don't know, but they do. I believe they still use. Is it stone for weight?
They can, yes.
They still use a stone as a
stone is 20 pounds. I think
something
it's 20
like
pounds.
that. Yeah, I can't remember the conversion off the top of my
Yeah.
head, but it's somewhere around in there.
It's like 20, 25 pounds. Something
Yeah,
like that.
and instead of saying 20, 25 pounds, they
They
just say
say-
it's a stone.
It's I'm 6 stone. No, something like that. Right?
no,
I'm like
not.
7 stone.
I'm not.
I don't know.
I'm a lot more than that.
Swodimus Prime at DOA Show. Nothing is more embarrassing than the third AIM screen name you came up with.
Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's Southern Ohio Jackal. Anybody got AOL minutes to send them to save money?
Maybe. I might.
No, I don't.
I might have the CDs though.
I was gonna say there's probably a boatload of those discs floating around somewhere.
I used to use those. I used to use those for shooting practice.
Did you ever okay? There was this scene there was that episode on Futurama where they turn around and go to the moon, or not to the moon. I'm sorry. There was a giant ball of trash that had been launched into space back in '99, and in the year 3000, apparently it made a giant loop and was on its way back. And so they kind of pull like a Armageddon movie kind of thing where they go to the thing and they're gonna blow it up. But while they're on there, before they plant the bomb, they're walking around going, "Look at all this great stuff!" And there's this giant pile of AOL discs. It was fantastic. It's like, look at all these AOL discs. I'm gonna be set. I'm like, yeah.
Swodimus Prime at DOA Show. Now live in Netscape Navigator.
Oh no. No.
Yeah.
I remember that.
He went there. The little wheel.
The wheelie.
Yeah.
Oh, God. God bless it. The Knights Who Say Knee over on Twitter. You know it's going to be a good at DOAE show when it starts off with an erection.
Right.
Very well done. Very well done. Thank you. God, Netscape, man. Holy
Jeez.
cow.
Woo.
You remember the free internet company, the Juno?
Juno.
You remember Juno?
Yeah, Juno, yeah.
Because that was a big deal. If you didn't want to be part of the
AOLs.
or Yahoos or whatever, you had Juno.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Huh? BearShare. That was the
That's
one.
it.
Thank you.
There you go. Peekaboo the Snarky Jackal, according to his app, 1 stone is 14 pound.
Oh.
I thought it was like a round number.
I thought 25 is not exactly round.
Well, like 25 is easy to stack, though.
I guess. I don't know. The thing with them is, one, it's one more reason for them to show how arrogant they are. And two, they just want to condense everything. Everything is condensed. I figured that out because so many pounds is a stone, right? Well, so many, pounds when you're talking about the money is, quid. And it just keeps going down and down.
A quid is a pound. It's the same.
Oh, is it the same?
Yeah, it's the same. A quid is a pound. It's just the coin version.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah,
so basically, it's like here's a dollar or here's a Sacagawea.
Right.
Oh, just get the hell out of here.
Yes. Here's a dollar. No, here's a gold dollar.
They're both worth exactly the same thing, but this one goes clink clink and gets lost in your dryer.
That's right. Every single time.
That's
the 5th Sacagawea this week.
Son of... These are collector's items.
Don't you know?
Southern Ohio Jackal over on Twitter. Damn, Matt Dylan Lyles brought out Futurama. Remember the Bart dolls and the ball of trash? I do. I was thinking about all that stuff. There was also the complete collection, the plate collection of Star Trek.
Star Trek plates.
Mm-hmm. It was on there as well.
Yes.
And conveniently, Fry wearing a spacesuit pops up and is choking on one of those 6-ring soda plastic holders.
Perfect. Yeah. Like back in the day.
Like what they used to accuse of happening all the time
Yeah.
To the ducks and
seafowl.
Yes.
And the fishes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Majovia Stealth, Jackal over on Twitter, hashtag arm yourselves, gives a whole new meaning to a set of stones.
it's true.
It's very true.
It's true.
Very true.
You have the "it's true" button.
Yeah, I do. It's been a while.
That's true.
So, 2 boys are behind bars.
It's a weird place
For
to be.
just a short time, anyway.
It's a weird place to be.
Because they were behind a deadly school campus attack that killed a 13-year-old California boy.
I'm sorry. They killed somebody.
Yeah.
So they're only behind jail for a short time?
Yeah,
A short time.
a short time.
What do these 13-year-old kids do?
Well, a judge ruled on Friday that they aren't going to be held responsible.
Hold on. These were the guys that these individuals orchestrated it?
Yep.
They started it.
Uh-huh.
And they're not responsible? I'm sorry. Can you please explain that to me?
In 2019, 13-year-old Moreno Valley,
Yeah.
California student, Diego Stoles, died after 2 of his teenage classmates assaulted him on school property.
Okay.
The attack took place in Landmark Middle School. According to the video footage of the incident, one boy is standing on Diego's face while the other victim stood with his hands at his side. So one was watching and the other one was pummeling this kid to death.
One boy standing on his face.
Standing with his hands at his side.
How's the victim? The victim is the dead one, right? That doesn't make sense. How can the victim be standing with his hands at his side if he's on the ground with a foot on his face?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
I don't know either. Doesn't make any sense.
Editing
So
needs-
I
editor
think
needs to
editor
be
needs to
fired.
fired. Yeah.
Damn
one
it,
boy
Bob.
was standing on Diego's face while the other one
was standing.
beside him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
The boy then backed up before punching Diego in the mouth. The station added the second assailant then blindsided Diego with another punch, causing him to fall and strike his head
I'm sorry. Never mind.
on the concrete.
I read it. I read it wrong. I apologize.
Standing in Diego's face. Yeah.
the guy's face, not on.
Yeah, in. Yeah.
That was my fault.
Yeah.
I read that wrong.
So in his face, the other the kid was
Yeah.
who got pummeled.
was standing there with his hands in his side.
Yeah.
The boy backed up and punched him in the mouth. The second assault, and then blindsided him with another punch. Yeah, causing him to fall and strike his head on a concrete pillar.
Right. So basically, they beat him to death.
Yeah.
Diego suffered major trauma and was pronounced brain dead. He was taken off of life support a week later. In November, both the teens made admissions to the Riverside Juvenile Court to involuntary manslaughter and assault with force likely to cause great bodily injury. The two previously faced charges of voluntary manslaughter and more serious crimes. The Riverside District Attorney's Office said that instead of jail time, each juvenile is sentenced to 150 hours of community service.
Because, they're both translatable.
And that they will be required to participate in various programs specifically tailored toward their rehabilitative needs.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with this at all. I mean, it is California after all, and these guys have got the best programs to
Rehab,
rehabilitate felons.
Come on, best ever.
It's not like it's
not
revolving door.
It's great.
Causes homelessness or anything like that.
KTTV reports. The judge said he believes the probation department, who was pushing for jail time, was basing its term and conditions on public outrage rather than rehab.
The only thing that these kids need as far as rehab goes is their ass whooped.
A lot. And also, they do need to be in jail. I'm sorry. These two kids were just, they intentionally
attack
somebody. And because of their actions, he died.
Yeah.
He died because of their actions. They need to be punished for it for reals.
It's just so stupid. This doesn't make any sense at all.
The defense attorney says, and I quote, "The idea that they didn't go to youth prison shouldn't be seen as giving them a slap on the wrist. Actually, they're going to have a lot of work to do to complete their probation, which probably won't end until their 18th birthday. The probation wanted them to be sent to DJJ, which is a youth prison, which was not appropriate for 13-year-olds. It's also not appropriate for 13-year-olds to kill another child."
I'm curious about something here.
What's that? What's the problem?
Well,
what's not appropriate for 13-year-olds?
No, we're not going to get into that.
No, we're not going to go there?
Go back up to that. You said they were going to get 150 hours?
150 hours, yeah.
150
of community service.
Divided by 12.
And also, they have to participate in various programs. 150 hours divided by 12.
Hold on. I didn't do that right.
Well,
no, I did.
Yeah.
150 hours.
Yeah.
Divided by 12.
Right.
That's for 12 months.
Right.
Or, 12 months in a year.
Sure.
Equates to 12 hours and
a month.
30 minutes.
A month.
A month.
Yeah.
A month. Let's divide that by, we'll say 30 as an average.
Sure. What are we doing?
That's how long? Less than an hour a day.
Yeah, that's all they need is
a day. Less than an hour a day. They are going to be so busy.
Oh, so terrible.
Doing their less than an hour a day.
They can on a weekend a month.
Let me rephrase that.
A weekend of a month they can do their community service.
Less than a half an hour. Just so we're clear, it's 0.04.
Yeah, and so
less than a half hour.
Less than a half hour in a day. Or they can over a weekend they can do 6.5 hours each.
So how is it that they're going to be doing? This is the 150 hours, and even these various programs are going to run them until they're 18?
Right. Apparently not.
Yeah, because they're going to learn so much by having to be restrained for 30 minutes a day for the next 12 years, or less than
12 months.
12 months.
Less than a year, basically.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm glad I don't live in California anymore. I mean, I miss it. I miss the country.
Pretty place.
It's beautiful, but never again.
Crazy.
Never again.
Yep. So I can't. Apparently, I can't do tequilas.
Yeah, I'm a little shocked by that.
I am too. It's actually upsetting because, you know, I bought some really good tequila.
Yeah.
I bought really good tequila.
I understand it to be good. I can't drink tequila anymore. My tequila days are long behind me.
Well, I'm just saying. So I bought the number Juans, and you're
The Don Juan number one.
the number Juans,
Number one.
the same number Juan that you get down in Texas, that Brad Staggs is all about. The number Juan tequilas.
Number one.
You know.
Juan is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
And it is really good. Like, it's really good. It's actually got a kind of sweet taste, and the burn doesn't catch in your throat. In fact, the burn is perfect. It goes straight down and it just warms your stomach.
Yes.
It's that, like, the middle of your body immediately gets warm and you're like,
sound like the door opening on the ship from Guardian or Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
And then the only aftertaste is like
to open for
sweetness,
you.
but also black pepper. And I
Yeah,
actually like
yeah.
that taste.
I can't. I have too many bad.
I get
bad
you.
Memories
I get
from
it.
tequila.
But apparently, even the slightest bit gives me a freaking migraine.
This is Defenders Live.
Apparently, nobody is happy about that whole story.
Nobody would be, I'm sure.
See, Castle producer Chris over on the Twitters, they won't be held responsible that he died in the first place. For the life of me, I cannot condone this.
For the life of me.
Southern Ohio Jackal also on Twitter, 150 hours for killing a kid. I mean, I could see that for killing a pedophile, but a kid, can we just give away California already?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B from the SAV, rehab should be just what they need following accidentally beating someone to death. Maybe even a safe space closet to recover from their probation work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter's, how dare the public be outraged at the murder of a child. Tropic Slug over on Twitter's, rehabilitate murderers. What, did they learn how to reanimate the dead?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch. Ouch.
Needless to say, people are not happy.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Actually, I got that to trigger Dylan, but you guys seem to be a lot more triggered for that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So
Well,
sometimes that happens.
it does. And you know what?
Sometimes
I'm
it
okay.
happens.
I'm
and
okay with this.
That's called good, audience reaction.
That's right. That's participation.
It is.
Thank you.
This is a give and take.
That's
this
right.
show is.
That's
We give out stupidness and y'all take it. And sometimes you
Take
give
it in the
back
ass.
reactions and we kind of go, oh wow, someone hit a button.
I hit a button.
Poke.
Yep, that's what I do.
Poked a bear.
That's my job.
Bears. So, Texas Governor Greg Abbott is urging Americans to engage in, quote, personal responsibility.
I'm already engaged.
Quote. No, you shouldn't be engaged.
Well, yeah. Well, I have a wife.
Yeah, so you're beyond engagement. You're
I am constantly engaged because I have a wife.
Oh, touche. After President Joe Biden pleaded that states should reenact face mask mandates. So far, 6 states have rescinded the mask mandates. That would be Texas, Iowa, Mississippi, North Dakota, Wyoming, and Montana.
Sorry.
Yeah. Despite the obvious evidence that the COVID-19 vaccines are working, Biden expressed concern over states relaxing mask requirements. Quote, I'm reiterating my call for every governor, mayor, local leader to maintain and reinstate the mask mandate. Please, this is not politics. Reinstate the mandate if you let it down.
Come on, guys.
Failure to take the virus seriously is precisely what is going to got us into this mess in the first place. Risks may where was I at? The risk and my dog bit somebody again. Risks more cases and more deaths. End quote.
We're not there yet.
I was doing my best impression of Biden. Leave
You were
me
doing
alone.
a good one. Yeah.
In fact, Biden called wearing a face mask, quote, patriotic duty.
You said patriotic.
I'm just laughing that, when Biden said duty, he giggled a little.
Yeah.
He did.
He
went,
had to.
patriotic duty.
And then he said, come on, man.
Mask up. Mask up. It's patriotic duty. It sounds like a chant. Mask up. Mask up. It's patriotic duty. It's the only way we're ever going to get back to normal. Mask up. Mask up. Come on, that's funny. Then you have Nancy Pelosi
you got it. Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
sidestepping in the background.
Do a little bit.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the Center for Disease and Control and Prevention Director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, told reporters she has a sense of impending doom.
Dum, dum, dum.
Oh, we had that, damn it. That Americans will battle another wave of corona cases. You are, because technically we've been fighting COVID for a very long time.
Yeah.
And you just didn't know it. You didn't. You had no clue.
No idea.
This might be a different strain of it, but it's been on the Lysol cans as one of the 99.9% germs that they take care of.
We've been fighting the coronavirus forever.
For 50 years now.
Since Lysol came out the first time.
Mm-hmm. So it didn't bother y'all before. But now that is, politically expedient.
Oh, so good.
Let's turn around and get that cactus ready because they're going to turn around and try to rape America some more.
That's right.
The office of Texas Governor Greg Abbott released a statement that Biden's plea that called on Americans to exercise personal responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
He recalled it as a subtle jab. A subtle jab.
A subtle jab.
A subtle jab. A subtle.
Subtle jab.
Subtle jab.
Thank you.
At Biden's demand that governments impose restrictions on their citizens.
Well, we all know what a jab is.
So does he. Heyo. Texans and Americans alike have learned and mastered over the past year safe practices to protect themselves and their loved ones from COVID. I'm going to pause there for just a moment. I'm going to go on a limb and say that most Texans and Americans have learned since birth, if you were raised anywhere under a rock, on how to safely take care of yourself, i.e. wash your hands after you go to the bathroom, after you handle stuff you're not supposed to handle, things like that.
Yeah, you're pretty much taught that at a very early age.
Very early age. Wash your hands, coughing, away from people, don't sneeze on people.
arm.
Yeah, well, I always taught, to at least cover your face. It doesn't necessarily matter where. Just,
but if you do the hand,
I got that
that's
part.
not
It
good.
does help. It doesn't
That
do
doesn't
too
help.
much, but it does if you're not shaking hands afterwards. I mean,
I literally
it's-
sneeze into the floor.
it's better than nothing. Yeah, when I'm around people, I hold it in, so the body convulses, but that's about it.
I can't do it anymore.
I can. Every time I do it, makes my back pop.
Does it really?
Mm-hmm.
See, I can't.
And I'm not talking like just a simple go clock. I'm talking it unzips for
goes-
about 5 or 6 vertebrae. It's fantastic.
See, okay, sneezing. I used to when I was younger. I used to hold it in,
Yeah.
and what I mean hold it in, I mean like I'd hold my nose and like the whole deal.
Trying to blow your eardrums out?
And that's exactly what would happen, man. Is my eardrums go?
You can't hear anything for like an hour.
No. I'd be fine.
Oh, no, when I
I'd be
did it-
alright.
All I'd hear is ringing.
Yeah.
That's all I would hear.
Oh, but I used to do it all the time. Like anytime I
I guess you
sneeze.
get used to it after a
and
while.
so you get used to it. It's whatever. But yeah, no, that's a bad thing. That's not good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I'm not.
But
deaf,
again,
honestly.
we've known how to do this for a very long time.
Yeah.
This is not like Ebola or the plague or something like that where, well, I guess the plague was kind of fixed by just washing your hands. But this is not like Ebola or stuff like that, simple cleaning maintenance is not going to change things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, moving right along. Thank God it doesn't taste like durian fruit.
Not today.
Not today.
Not today, Satan.
Carrying on, though, and do not need the government. These people do not need the government to tell them how to do so.
Yeah.
Removing state mandates, however, does not end personal responsibility or the importance of caring for family members, friends, and your community.
Good.
The governor has been clear in telling Texans that COVID hasn't ended, and that all Texans should follow medical advice and safe practices to continue containing COVID, such as wearing a mask. Texas continues trending in the right direction to contain COVID and save lives. Our hospitalizations, active cases, and positivity rate are the lowest in months. And each day we're getting Texans more shots than ever before.
Okay.
That was the statement that he made. And
so he ended the statewide mask mandate on March 10th.
yeah.
So you still, if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask,
if a business
don't wear a
requires
mask.
you to, you still have to.
If a
But
business
that's-
requires it, then wear it.
other than that, you're on your own.
it's fine.
You know,
Do whatever.
personal
You want.
accountability. It's weird how that works out.
It's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's
It's been nearly 3 weeks
yeah.
since all this has gone down.
Mm-hmm.
And subsequent data shows that COVID-19 does not necessarily surge without mask mandates.
You know, it's funny that you say that because
Speaking of the Biden
yeah, the Biden's calling the
and
mask
his call on
mandates.
the mandates.
Yeah, his calling of the mandates. It's only been getting higher. Like the COVID rates have only started going up in states where they still have the mask mandate.
You mean where the germs are basically circulating to themselves?
Back into the people. Yeah.
Kind of like the gun control thing, where people with states with the tightest gun restrictions tend to be the most violent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like Chicago. Weird.
It is. It's very weird.
Weird.
It's just one of those situations, as it turns out, the three leading states in the resurgence of cases are New York, New Jersey, and Michigan.
Huh. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Yeah. The whole point of the whole mask thing is you're breathing in your own germs. You're not getting proper oxygen.
Right.
You're killing your immune system by doing that stuff because, again, you're breathing in carbon monoxide.
Back again. Now, it's not all of it. It's not
No.
all that you've just expelled, because most of it does get out. But you're still breathing it in. And not only that, but, people are having major issues with the skin around their face, problems with like getting mold and weird stuff growing on the face and all the rest
Because
of
they
it.
don't ever actually
You don't clean the mask.
nobody cleans their mask.
Right.
This is the same thing. This is the same kind of thing, too, that they get from, how the grocery stores are all hell-bent on, we got to get rid of plastic and paper. We need to go to reusable bags.
Yeah.
And then they had people coming back and were getting sick. Salmonella started to pick up there for a while because nobody was washing the bags.
but they were using it with like raw foods or
Yeah, one bag would have raw
frozen
food in it.
food, and then they never washed it out.
Yeah, and it would sit there and marinate in their car or in their storage thing or whatever. And even if it didn't like smell, it still has the germs are actively all over it. And so now you throw in fresh fruit or fresh vegetables or whatever, and
not
now
just
it's
that,
all over that.
But wherever it is, those germs are growing in it and around it, because
Yeah.
the germs constantly spread to whatever's touching it.
Yep. And
My nose is itchy.
the talk of
Just
spreading
talking about this. Like,
salmonella spreading just kind of makes you get all goosey.
ugh.
Yeah. So it's the same concept. Like, I would wish at the very least, and I guess it makes sense because they can't control you otherwise. But it would be nice for them to at least, the government and everybody to not think that we're stupid.
But
again,
aren't they? Isn't
But
everybody?
I was going to say
mean,
again, they can't control us if they thought for a second that we were smart, or if we thought that we were smart.
yeah. If we kept thinking that we were
if we-
smart enough to actually not fall in line,
Yeah. If we keep handing them power and saying, oh, yeah, do this for us because we're too stupid to know this stuff, you obviously know more than we do,
right?
then like the whole being outside, I still to this day do not understand why people wear masks outside. I don't. This is not China.
It's the dumbest crap.
I've been to China.
And you
There's
need a
places
mask
I've
there.
been where you need a mask.
And a good mask, not just a piece of cloth over your face.
Yeah, some of the older generation can remember, I don't know, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Circa the 70s.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? 60s and 70s, smog central.
Smog LA.
Yeah, that's what they were known for.
Right, smog.
That's
It wasn't LA.
LA. It was that's when you would need a mask. Normal place, even New York was like that for a while. You could argue you might need to have a mask. Not now.
No.
Not with everything that's going on and the way the world is now. No, stop it. It's just one more way again that they're trying to control us. And the bad part about it is everybody and their mother is just going along with it. Oh yeah, the government said it. They know more about it than we do. They must know something. They wouldn't be in their position if they didn't know something, which is an outright lie. The reason why they're in their position is A, normal people like you and me are not doing our due diligence and putting the right people in there. And two, they are corrupt and they bought it.
Mm-hmm.
They've bought it. They've used people. They've lied. They've cheated. They've stepped on people. That's what they've done to get there.
Yep.
They don't know their ass from a hole in the ground.
Exactly.
But we're letting them tell us, oh, don't worry. We'll make sure that... Shut up. Shut up.
Tropic Slug over there on the Twitters. I think if the government had told people just to wash their freaking hands and stay home when you're sick, it would have been more effective. It would have done an F ton more to stop the spread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But, once they realized that they could scare people, which I always found funny about this, bear in mind, in case nobody has thought about this at all, the same people who've raised ever holy hell about every single war, every single conflict, every single kind of thing. How dare you? The Republicans are warmongers. All they do is use fear to get us to stay in battles with people. And blah, 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 blah. And there might be truth in that in a lot of cases.
For many cases, yes.
In a lot of cases. But I find it very ironic that those very same people are using the exact same fear tactic to be able to keep people wearing masks, to keep people at home, to control the economy and the government, and not even think for a second that they're doing anything wrong.
Oh, yeah, because, fear tactics to make sure that they're in control is completely
That's not fear-mongering.
Not a big deal.
We don't fear-monger. We care.
We care. Too much.
We scare because we care.
That's
that
right.
should be
Monsters,
their
Inc.,
motto
yeah.
at this point.
Monsters, Inc.
Well, I know why they can't use it because it's trademarked, but
Right.
I digress.
Right.
It's
Because they'd have to pay Disney.
oh hell, they own Disney. Are you kidding me?
What are you talking about? Disney owns them.
No.
Yeah.
Nope. They
Yeah,
don't.
It's better that way.
They think it is.
It's better that way.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, by the way, just a little side note, TechRoo 2024 over there on the Twitters. Zero reports tied of super spreader events tied to the Sanfords, which is a local bar and grill in the Wyomings that got shut down because they didn't mandate masks.
Oh, that's right. They never did in the first place, did they?
Yeah, they actually had a little sign up saying that we believe in the, we believe in the Constitution and your right to be an adult.
I'm sorry. This is Tropic Slug on Twitter. Given the number of politicians that get caught in sex scandals, you're right, Dylan. They can't tell their asses from a hole in the ground. Hey-oh.
Well
Love it.
done.
That's fantastic.
That's beautiful. You did a good one there. Did a good one.
Yeah. You
Good job there, Tater.
did good. You did good.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I'm and again, I understand it's the level of it's all for control purposes and it's working.
Yep.
But I know that America is not that stupid.
Mm-hmm.
We really aren't.
Well.
No.
Well.
We're not. But we have this weird hang up that because these people are on TV or because these people are in political office, we have these things all set up on these really weird pedestals.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're there, they must have something over us. There must be something that separates that person in office or that person on TV or whatever,
Yeah.
whether it's doctor or anything like that. There must be something that makes them better than us. And when they say something, then it must be something to it that we're just too stupid to know.
It has to be.
It has to be. And that's not necessarily the case.
Yep. Oh, James up there on the YouTubes. Sunlight kills COVID. Stay in your homes.
Right? I'm just I don't understand. I don't. And not just, here's the other part of it too. It's not just, you realize that a lot of these, I say edicts, a lot of these things that come along are set up and done from the angle of the bigger cities. Just like with the elections and everything else it's the major cities that have the issues. It's the major cities that these things are all driven to because they're all these people compressed into one spot.
Right.
I don't live in the city. What you're proposing doesn't fit me, doesn't work for me. It doesn't
help me.
It doesn't help me at all. Matter of fact, what I'm doing is fine. Have we seen COVID cases in the little bitty town I live in? Yeah, there's been a couple, but I mean, and again, by population standard, there's been a couple.
Just a few.
Nobody's died to my knowledge.
Well,
even in my county.
Well, I live in Henderson, so people die.
Yeah, but yours is for completely different reasons.
That's right.
Yours is different.
It was not COVID related.
Yeah, they haven't completely gentrified the whole situation, the old town yet, so they haven't.
By the way, that's just another word for racism.
Yeah, it's really weird how that works because when you look at that one, that's something we can get into.
Gentrification.
Later. Yeah, it's literally they're trying to the left especially, but government as a whole has put the black community into the situation where it was all ghettos and it was all trash and they made these people feel this way. And now they are turning around going, well, we can't have that, so we're going to remove these things.
Yeah.
And they push those people out.
And then it all gets
and bring
worse
in the
again.
white people, but then we'll turn around and be the first people to scream about racism and how dare you treat the black community that way and blah, blah, blah.
Right, because that's what they do every day. So speaking of treating people terribly, Lord Governor, New York Democrat Andrew Cuomo use state resources to give relatives and friends preferential treatment to receive the coronavirus testing and all the rest of it, according to several individuals with insider knowledge of the Cuomo administration who spoke to the Washington Post.
So what? Who cares? Who cares? The guy has been accused of sexually assaulting,
Everything.
7 women now?
Yes.
He's accused by his
I think it's 8 now.
It might be 8.
It's probably 12.
And who knows? It goes up at least one a week.
Yeah.
But they're
there was that one week where it hit like 4 in one day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I started thinking it might be something into it and then it changes again.
7 sources speaking to the Post anonymously for fear of retaliation from the governor's office allegedly, well-connected individuals of the governor's family were able to cut in line ahead of people in New York because of the governor's office acted behind the scenes to prioritize political connections over medical need.
Hold on. How's it over medical need? If this thing is as bad...
Because you were supposed to do the elderly first.
Yes, because these 6 or 12 people or whatever that he had done
he didn't kill.
But yeah, that's going to make a huge difference. So again, in relation to all the people that did die from everything that he did beforehand.
The governor's office strongly disputes these allegations, saying priority testing was available to New York's frontline workers in the pandemic response, as well as residents who are at high risk of COVID-19 infections and death. The Post reported, but people familiar with the efforts said they were also told to treat individuals differently because of their connections to the governor. the individuals who spoke at length to the Washington Post on the conditions of anonymity out of fear of retribution of Cuomo's office described the behind-the-scenes operations and their feelings of discomfort with the system.
I would like one.
That they believed at times
no.
prioritized political connections over medical needs.
I would like one time for these people who speak out, whether they're being honest or whether they're lying to get rid of somebody, whatever. I would love for somebody to come out and be honest and be like, hi, my name is Dylan, and I have information you should know.
I don't care about being anonymous.
Be ballsy. Admit who you are.
Right.
Don't hang around. This is just asinine. Just
The more anonymous you are, the less likely that anybody cares.
have a backbone, you sorry sack of crap.
Right. I understand you're afraid of retaliation. Get out of New York. Leave. Leave New York. You're in a profession, if you're anywhere, you're probably in a profession that you could leave New York, find another job very quickly, and not have to worry about it. Leave New York. And even if you can't, leave New York and then go to unemployment, because at least if you go to unemployment in another state, you still get the pay from New York.
Right?
And you're living in another state that's usually cheaper,
Just saying.
because there's only a few states that are more as expensive or more expensive than New York.
It's what one might call a win-win.
Yeah, leave New York. If you can't get it right now, you can also get unemployment. If you can, find another job, whatever.
Okay.
But say your piece.
Yeah, have a backbone. If you're going to say something, you should be,
If you see something, say something,
But
right?
if you're going to do it, I'm saying, if you're going to do it, then go, seriously, be upfront about it. If you're going to have the courage to out something, then you should have the courage to have it sit on your shoulders. I don't understand. I do understand. I don't know why I keep saying that. I really do.
You
deep
do
down.
understand.
I just don't want to. I don't want to understand it. I don't want to believe that that's really how people are going to be. They know it's the truth, and they know it's wrong, and they know they've got to stop this thing, but they don't have the nuggets to be able to stand by what they say, knowing full well that what they're doing, that their reporting is wrong and needs to be fixed.
All right, canceled producer Chris.
Are you seriously? We just had the show derailed now because of this?
Yep, I'm taking the bait for this one.
Oh, son of a...
Posting a picture from the transgender rights movement that says,
No, I hate you right now.
98% of straight men refuse to perform oral sex on a feminine penis.
What's a feminine penis? I don't want to look that up,
I don't know. I don't want to either.
but
Are you saying that they have boobs and a penis?
that's not. No, a feminine one would be like.
It's flowery,
Maybe it's smaller. The frame is a little bit smaller. It's not quite as.
robust.
Yeah, there's not as much.
So
oomph
Asian.
behind it. Well, I don't know. I've never seen an Asian thing before.
I'm just going off of stereotypes here. What are you talking about?
No. I'm talking about as a whole.
Yeah.
Almost.
Well, it's not a hole.
No, it's
That's
not.
The problem.
That's the problem. It's not a hole. It's
Right.
But I'm thinking more
It's a pole. It's different.
yeah,
It's different than a hole.
it is. That's what I was gonna say. I guess normal guys, the normal for a straight man's thing, it would be defined from an angle of
I don't want to define any angle of that.
solidity. There's solidity to it. There's it. You know what I mean? And a girl's one would be kind of like
So guys would be like,
yeah, it's like there and proud, and we should wear a hat and charge into battle
and
with
you're
it.
saying that the feminine one is,
I baked you a pie. Yeah, like that.
it's
yes.
going full circle right now. Full circle. Is that what we're doing?
I guess might as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I can.
I don't-
I've been around the world, and I can honestly say I've never seen a feminine penis before. I haven't. I
don't.
Not that I've looked for a lot.
I haven't looked.
No, I haven't either. But
It's not
I'm
a
just saying
thing that I look for. It's kind of at a loss for words.
And they blame it on bigotry and hatred of trans women.
Oh, tropical slug. Sorry, guys. A feminine penis is a penis that belongs to a transgender. So a male's penis.
Yeah.
So a guy's penis.
Yeah. So it's a regular thing.
98% of straight men won't give a blowjob to another man.
straight man. To another
man. Okay.
That's not bigotry
That's
or
not
hatred.
bigotry. That's preference. That's preference.
There's a lot of gay guys, I'm sure, that would be all over that.
Yeah, sure.
No pun intended.
Right. All
Anyway,
up in that.
Let's to wash this out of my mouth.
Let's get some coffee.
AmericanPrideRoasters.com is where you go to wash all of your problems away. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Check out all the awesome flavors over there. So many things to choose from.
We'll have a
Chocolates and
blueberry
tea.
tonight.
It is so good. Go to Mojo50.com. Tell them thanks for having us on and, pray for them because we're still here. It's Mojo50.com. Follow on iHeartRadio under the Mojo50 banner. Go to our website, DOAEshow.com. Become a defender with us. Look at the shop and the archives and all that fun jazz. Follow us on all the social medias at DOA Show. We still got another hour to go. Don't go nowhere.
Be right back. That was a curveball.
I hate you, Chris.
I
I see what you said there.
Yeah.
I hate you. I hate you, Chris. I really do. I really do.
Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
I'd been sitting here concentrating on exactly how to properly pronounce this part right here,
Yeah.
and I finally get it nailed down.
Mephistopheles?
Yeah, and I got sideballed by the
That.
feminine penis.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's shaved at pits or something. I don't know.
It's
I don't know. It's a weird world we live in.
fashionable.
It comes with accessories.
Like a bun.
Ew. Ew. No, not a bun. It wouldn't be a bun.
Well,
Technically, though, if
tilapia skins.
well, I'm thinking a feminine penis though would probably achieve much more than a masculine penis because they have all those glass ceilings that they're breaking. I'm just saying.
Oh,
The feminine penis is doing more for people today than ever before in human history.
one hip thrust at a time.
Ew. Why does this taste like cotton candy? Anyway.
Oh. Why does this have glitter all over this?
How'd you get that on your teeth? It never comes off.
I know.
Gross.
Ew.
What do you say to that? So stupid.
By the way, they use the hashtag LGBTQ. Nope, that's incorrect.
Yeah, that's not quite right there, sir.
It's not there.
No.
It's not quite right. Yeah. I'd go potty. You've got a minute and a half. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. Just, ugh. That's a good one. Close your legs, cat.
That's not very ladylike.
So unsophisticated.
I can see your kitty parts. And that means you're a cat. You're so fuzzy and soft. And not at all like a feminine penis. Just a cat.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, ready, breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Thought I was 6 feet under.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good stuff right there.
Kevin John Hutchins over there on the Twitters. So, most men don't want to perform oral sex on a fake female penises. How bizarre. How bizarre.
I think the word is peni.
Must be this toxic masculinity. It's going around.
How bizarre.
How bizarre.
Yeah. And again, the word is, I think, for multiples is peni.
Tomato.
Maybe. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. This one makes me giggle. We alluded to this earlier. One of President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden's German Shepherds has bit a National Park Service employee on Monday in the second White House biting incident involving the dog this month.
The first one was Joe.
He actually bit.
No. I'm just joking.
The jokes there would be great. It'd be like, you like sniffing little kids, you little bastard.
Yeah. No. This is the second time the same dog has bit somebody.
It's just insane. CNN reported that the incident occurred on the south lawn of the White House, noting that the victim, quote, was working at the time and needed to stop in order to receive treatment from the White House medical unit. Well, duh, it's a German Shepherd.
It's a big dog.
Like,
I mean, not huge, but still.
if he was working, and that means the dog attacked him.
Right. He
Which-
did not, yeah. That means he was attacked by the dog.
I would not. I would be quitting. I understand you're working at the White House. And I understand you may feel it holds some kind of prestige to the title or whatever. Even if you're a gardener, hell no. Nope. Michael LaRosa, Mrs. Biden's press secretary, told the outlet that Major, the younger of Biden's dogs, is still adjusting to his new surroundings.
I'm sorry, what?
He's adjusting. He's still adjusting. It's
a
a whole new thing to him.
no,
It's been
no.
3 months, and he's he's
No.
not used to this.
That's not how this works. A dog doesn't take time to adjust by biting people.
Yeah. She confirming, though, that yes, Major nipped someone on a walk. Out of an abundance of caution, the individual was seen by the White House medical unit and then returned to work without injury.
Okay, but what about the guy that had to actually be seen for treatment as he was working? Not on a walk. He was working on the South Lawn.
That's who they're talking about. Because Major also bit a Secret Service employee on March 8th in an incident that has also required medical attention for the victim.
Okay, so the
'Cause you get
medical
bit-
attention was required on both.
Well, yeah. Have you ever been bit by a dog?
Yes.
Yeah, like you have to. You need, if for no other reason, to make even if it's not a big deal, like there's not tons of blood and you don't have flesh hanging off.
Yeah.
You have to go because they have lots of germs. They like to eat poo
Yeah, sometimes.
and that kind of a mouth is not one that teeming with germs.
And
you
yet
don't.
people let them lick in the face.
You don't want that after it's bitten you. You don't want those germs to go into, like in mine, I've got a scar right here. You can't hardly see it now, but see right there?
Yeah.
I had a dog, and kind as he could be. I was going to pick up a washer and dryer, and I was petting him, and I was doing like this, and it was very sweet. And I bent down, and when I stood up straight,
He immediately got...
well, yeah, what had happened was I realized that everything else was coming up but that hand. And sure enough, his canine went straight through here and damn near popped out the other end.
Ooh.
And what made it worse was, if you notice, I don't know if I got fat hands now, but if you notice,
It's right on the vein.
no, not on the vein. It missed the vein, the bone. It went right here between, and it was far enough back. If you could feel it, if
It's
you need
too close to the joint.
where
run?
these two join. It was
Yeah.
right there. So when he bit, he tried to let go and he twisted his head. Oh, you want to talk about pain? You want to talk about pain? That hurt. But again, the amount of germs and stuff in it, like I had to watch this thing very carefully. And it wasn't for rabies or anything else. It was just the fact that there's so many germs in there, it could get septic really quick, really easily.
Yeah.
Like a dog bite you is not good. You have to go get it checked and treated.
Right. Tropical Slow got it right, meaning no one has properly socialized the dog. Yes, correct. That means that the Joe Biden family, the O'Bidens, have not trained their dog.
Because they're not personal people. They don't have people around. They're not used to having people around.
And so now they have a ton of people around them all the time.
I was gonna say, can you blame them? He's been in Congress for 45 years. Obviously, he has made zero friends.
Right.
You don't make that many friends when you
make frenemies.
Yeah, no, you don't even make that. They just have. There's nobody there. You're like, eh.
Yeah, that you just don't. Nobody likes you.
Yeah. In an interview with ABC News earlier this month, Biden claimed that Major, quote, did not bite someone and penetrate the skin
Yeah, right.
in the first incident,
Uh-huh.
adding that the dog's now being trained with our trainer at home in Delaware.
Okay, wait, hold on. Stop.
Oh,
Stop,
I will.
Stop. Because I just saw something and I want to go back to the Major is the younger of the Biden dogs. You know when people say like the younger dog, they usually refer to it, or like they assume people mean like, oh, it's a puppy.
It's a puppy. Yeah,
It's
it's
a
not a puppy.
Major's 3.
Yeah. He's
He's
3 years
3.
old. That's not a puppy.
That's
I
not
mean,
a puppy.
especially when it comes to dog years.
Yeah, that's not a puppy.
No, he's 21 in dog years.
For 2 years, this dog could have had other puppies.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not a
Not
little
a puppy.
No, that's not a child. That's almost like the whole
That's 21.
What
That's
was-
old enough to drink.
what was that kid in Ferguson that got shot years ago? And then remember in St. Louis meltdown?
The Kyle.
No, I don't remember his name, but
Yeah, whatever.
remember they kept calling him a young boy?
Yeah, and he wasn't.
And he wasn't. He was
No.
a 19-year-old man who was
Yes.
also like 6'5" and 300 something pounds or
And a
something like
beast,
that.
yeah.
He was a huge dude.
The boy.
He's a poor little boy. Shut up.
No, he was 6'5" and 250. He was not a boy.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, he was adopted by the O'Bidens from a shelter in 2018 to serve as a companion for their older dog, Champ, who is roughly 13 and has not been implicated on either of the biting incidents.
That's because it's too old to move.
Because he's just like, yeah, no, I don't have the time.
It is literally as old as O'Biden
Yeah. Yeah. In
dog years.
in dog years.
As old, if
would
not
be-
older.
He would be collecting Social Security if Biden hadn't taken it from him.
Oh.
In relaying the first White House biting incident involving Major, CNN reported that the younger dog has been, quote, known to display agitated behavior on multiple occasions, including jumping, barking, and charging staff and security since arriving at the White House.
So they have not properly trained their dogs.
Nope. No. I mean, you would think if you're going to have especially a German Shepherd,
You're going to have one that's trained?
you're going to train it.
Right. You're supposed to train it.
It's not for nothing. Those, like, everybody's all bent out of shape about pit bulls. Okay. Oh, pit bulls are the most dangerous dog. Blah, 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 blah. All this jazz. No, actually, even a fully trained German Shepherd, but German Shepherds are way worse by far than a pit bull will ever be. You know what I mean? Most pit bulls that are aggressive and are that fit the mold that a lot of people think the stereotype is because they were made that way.
They were trained that way.
Exactly. The German Shepherd, they're just natural douches.
Yeah, they just don't like.
They don't like
Or they're
anything.
they're either incredibly energetic and super hyper all over the place, or they really just don't like you.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah. That's
Like
that's what they are.
They have one or two people that they will tolerate.
Yeah. And that's it.
Beyond that, that's it.
Yeah.
And if you don't train them properly, then you're really screwed.
Yeah. The White House has downplayed both the biting incidents involving Major. As news broke of the second attack, White House Director of Message Planning,
Sorry, what?
the White House director of message planning. Is it just me? But I don't know. Well, let me phrase that. I don't know about you and anybody listening. But since Biden has been in office, I have learned more titles of places or of offices held in the government
there's
than
been a
ever
lot
before
more.
in my life.
Yeah, well, remember, he did hire an entire female staff.
No, but I'm just saying, I've never, ever heard of a position,
Called the director.
director of message planning. Never.
Yeah, never had that.
Never.
I don't.
Anyway, this individual, Megan Hayes, tweeted out a picture of herself with the dog, writing, quote, "Yesterday I snuck a quick hug from my old friend Major. It's definitely feeling like spring around here." You know, if you here's I'm gonna just touch on something. Her office,
Be
her
careful.
job.
Be careful. You're talking about Biden's. No
I
touch.
know, I know.
Mhm.
Her job
Yes.
is the director of message planning,
Right. So she was softening the blow.
one might say.
Yes.
And then same person
Yeah.
tweets a picture of herself with the alleged dog.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trying to go, "Oh, look, he's just so wonderful and lovely, blah, 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 blah."
Yeah.
You know who kind of did the same thing? You know, in a really, it's a roundabout way, but very similar thing, had almost the same office and all that jazz. Joseph Goebbels.
No, I'm sorry. She looks not so happy.
Well, look how she's holding the dog.
She is literally like, she's holding that dog.
Look at the dog.
as super tight by the collar.
His ears are back.
His eyes are beaming straight at the camera.
Yeah, he's not happy. This is
No.
not like
That is
you know,
a dog that somebody's like, no. This dog is about to kick
calm
somebody
down.
else.
Yeah, it's not like she's knelt down beside him with her arm around him and he's got his mouth open. That's not what's going on.
No.
She is standing above and behind him,
Yeah.
holding his head forward and going, "Oh yeah, no, everything's okay."
That's very different from the picture of Major with the other old dog and Biden in the Oval Office, where they're just hanging and the dogs look happy and fine.
Yeah, like that one you could buy, but
You could buy that one. This
one he looks like he's getting ready to get put down.
he
does.
Yeah.
Like, and he knows it. Because that's, by the way, go back. That's a choke collar.
Yeah, it is.
That's a choke collar on
It's
there
not
too.
just, and they got a terrible leash. So they need a better leash.
Yeah,
Like, I know it's a medium.
it needs to be
dog,
braided.
but
It needs to be braided.
yeah.
But no, I'm just saying
Terrible
that
leash.
she's a propagandist.
Yes.
That is her job. That is her title.
Yes, and we understand Adam W. Johnson over there,
And she's-
director of messaging planning, would be the spin doctor.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's trying to do that with a picture of her with the dog. But again, if you can see this picture,
Shh, the dog does not look happy. She is almost standing, but just kneeling enough to where she can grab a hold of the collar.
yeah, she's bent over and still standing. Like it's one of those. If something happens, hopefully she can like run.
She's there stable. She's stabilizing the dog to make it so it doesn't jump at people.
Yeah, even though it's being held by the guy walking it and everything. Too.
This is the second time of a report of this dog being violent, right?
Yeah,
And the second time of it biting somebody, right?
yeah.
Okay, it should have been put down after the first time.
Yeah, I was wondering that myself just now. I was trying to think
That's
about
the rules and regulations for dogs, especially violent dogs. Second time it's been reported.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I don't care if it's the president's dog.
Yeah,
at
I
this
don't
point.
care. None of that applies. I'm wondering though, what is the limit of basically, how many unprovoked attacks can there be before you put a dog down? And I'm pretty sure that obviously different states and
Unprovoked.
I'm sure that different states and even the federal government may have a different. If the federal government, well, who am I kidding? The federal government, of course, has something about this. But I just wonder, like what that line is, because is screening through this here right now.
Yeah, dog bite laws in D.C. Here, hold on, here you go. So, statutory defense of dangerous dogs. The statutory definition of a dangerous dog: any dog that inflicts severe injury or on a human being without provocation, on public or private property.
Well, he didn't do severe injury, but
Yeah,
he still
right.
bit somebody, and for that's traumatic.
Okay.
That's
Statutory definition of potentially dangerous dog.
okay. Okay.
Any dog who, when unprovoked, bites a human
Okay.
or domestic animal, either in public or private property, chases or approaches a person up on the street, sidewalks, or any public grounds in a menacing fashion, or apparent attitude of attack, or any dog with a known propensity, tendency, or disposition to attack unprovoked, to cause injury, or to cause injury otherwise to threaten the safety of humans or other domestic animals.
Huh. That sounds a bit like the dog.
That's that dog.
I
Yeah.
just wonder, like,
Liability of this stuff, owner/keepers are strictly liable for the dog bites or injuries. Strictly liable.
well, it's the president, and of course they're going to handle that. But
Yeah.
again, if this dog, just knowing it already happened once would be bad enough. But now this happened twice, and I'm not
Third
even.
time's a charm, I guess.
Well, I was going to say, what point does he rip out someone's jugular?
Right.
You know what I mean? And how do you cover that up?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Like, how do you spin that one?
yeah, how are you going to spin
Miss
that to where it's
Hayes.
not bad? I just don't understand.
How you spinning that one, Hayes?
I don't know how this is going to work there, Pumpkin, but
Yeah.
that's kind of where you're heading towards. And I mean, can you imagine the staff? Like, again, going back to, like I mentioned before, would if you were at any department, any job in the White House, would you want to be doing that? Would you, anytime that dog would be around, you'd be dipping into a hallway or somewhere?
I think
like,
that's what
gotta
people
go.
do, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to be like that at work.
No, you shouldn't have to be like that.
I don't
You're
know.
trying to protect the president. You got a dog behind you.
Yeah. Be like, I'm gonna put a bullet in this dog's head.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't like. And okay, completely off topic. It's been bugging me this whole time. I have to let this out.
Yeah, what's that?
You remember that picture we just saw with O'Biden and the
yeah.
dogs in the Oval Office?
Yes.
Made me think
What's that?
that a lot of presidents, most of them,
Yeah.
in fact,
Yeah.
had dogs.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And judging by that picture, I'm going to go on a limb and assume that a lot of the presidents, probably the majority of them,
Let the dogs in the house.
let the dogs into the Oval Office.
Who let the dogs out?
All the presidents. My thought is this, and my question is this.
Yeah.
How many times do you think they've had to change that carpet because a dog's pissed all over the floor?
All the time.
Yeah, like my brain, it just kind of hit me like,
I think like
which would explain why that carpet looks so freaking new every time you see it.
Right. I think this may just be me. I think one of the transition period things, change the carpets.
So don't worry, we're gonna have this taken care of. I'm so sorry.
no,
It was an old dog
follow
and
me
he
here.
couldn't control himself.
Follow
No, that
me.
makes
It's-
sense.
It's like a rental agreement. It's like a renting an apartment.
Yeah.
You follow me?
No,
on this?
I get it.
You tracking it here, right?
I got it.
It's like
Makes sense.
That's exactly what's going on. It's just like an apartment. The old tenant moves out. You have a week and a half. You have to redo everything.
Yeah.
Take everything out of the room, redo the carpet, put a new thing in, stamp everything down, put the whole, because everything's redecorated by the time the new president gets in anyway.
You fill all the holes in the wall
All
from
the
your
putty,
pictures
yeah.
with toothpaste.
Toothpaste or putty or whatever you want to do.
No, toothpaste is cheaper. White toothpaste is cheaper and does the exact same thing.
Of course it does.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it hardens afterwards anyway.
Yeah, it does. And all you do is a little bit of sanding and you're done.
Yep.
It was a thought that hit me. I was like, God, I never had thought about how often that carpet gets changed. And I know they probably
dog's incontinence.
Yeah, and I was saying, and I understand they changed it. Hold on, don't. Never mind.
Sorry.
No, I still remember what it said, so don't worry about it. We'll go to it in a second. But I was gonna say, I know that they probably change it after every president. But my brain goes, I wonder how often, if they let some old dog come in there and all of a sudden, oh God, Rufus, what have you done?
Well, that's when you do a nice deep cleaning.
Yeah, and even the deep clean after a while, like the office smells like poo, and there's that one
Steam,
stain, and
yeah,
they're like, hey, we're gonna get. I'm telling you, they probably have got somebody on retainer.
Get the guy. Call the guy.
Yeah. The only thing that I was going to mention though about the story before we moved on was the arguing is they're trying to say how there are people actually defending the dog, saying how a nip is not the same thing as a bite.
Okay. Nip is a bite. It's just a
well, no.
smaller version of it.
I will play that game with you. Fine. A nip is not a bite.
It's
However,
Okay, however.
Really?
I think yeah.
Both of them. Look
Yeah,
at it. Stare.
all over. All right.
A nip is not a bite. However,
Okay, yeah.
when it is unprovoked, both these people, from my understanding, were minding their own business,
Doing something
they were
completely
not,
different,
Yeah,
not
they weren't
thinking about
petting
the dog,
They
nothing
weren't
about the dog.
and the dog ran up and went and bolted
Yep.
or whatever.
Or did whatever. Or stuck
the
on.
fact that he approached them and made the gesture and made the attack, I don't care what you want to call it. It was a nip. Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm minding my own business, and this bastard comes up and goes chunk and takes a bite out of my butt or nips me or whatever you want to call
arm
it.
or
You
hand
can
or
call it what
whatever
you
else.
want.
Yeah.
If I am aggressive, even like when I told my story about me biting the dog, I can mentally walk through what may have happened. Like I said, I had both my hands on the side of his head. He might have got scared.
Yeah, sure.
There's a panic moment. And he just went
Right.
chick and let go real fast. It was done.
Sure.
Well, it felt like it. It's what really happened. It didn't feel like it. But like I can rationalize that. But I was messing with the dog.
Yes.
If I'm over here moving said washer and dryer that I was picking up and didn't even regard the dog, and he walks up and goes clunk and walks away, there's a problem.
Correct. Now, so here's the deal, right? We had Cocker Spaniels when I lived in Georgia.
Okay.
One female, one male.
Yep.
Had a whole bunch of litter of puppies and all the rest of it, but because they just couldn't keep off each other.
Yeah,
Anyway,
they couldn't, yeah.
that's beside the point. The male
Okay.
was he would listen to he would only obey my dad.
Yeah. It's that whole alpha male thing.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about, it didn't matter who you were.
Yep. Because
He had absolutely none to give.
Yep.
None.
The field is barren.
It was completely gone.
It is being hell. We don't even have a field anymore. It's that empty.
Only when my dad was around did he even think about obeying anything. And the funny part is, so my uncle was trying to be nice to this dog, whatever. And the dog was chill. He was hanging.
Just minding his own.
Yep. And the uncle was over there petting his head nicely. And the dog didn't give a single notice of anything going on. Just pet the head. All good. Everything. Whack!
Oh, God.
Clamped straight down on his hand.
Oh, God.
And just would not let go until my dad said, drop it.
Oh, my God. And that would have been the last we had of that dog. We'd have walked out in the backyard and, no, Ma.
No.
Yeller's my dog.
See,
I'll
the
do
thing
it.
is, we told him not to.
Oh, you told him not to pet it?
Yeah.
Nah.
We said, hey, that dog only obeys our dad.
Yeah.
And you don't know that's a bad idea. You can pet. Here's the other dog. Here's the nice dog. Pet the nice dog. Don't go pet that dog. He's like, but I want to go pet, so I'm gonna go pet the dog. Goes pet the dog.
Oh, well, then in that
Whack.
case. In that case.
And now,
in that case, I would have been like, yeah, no, you're on your own.
in the dog's defense, he didn't break the skin, but he had his entire hand in his mouth.
It's still enough.
And
to
it was
kinda-
enough pressure to where you couldn't pull your hand out
it's
without
enough,
hurting yourself.
Yeah, it's enough to make your butt pucker.
Yeah, it was just enough to say, stop it now.
Yeah. Just so we're clear, human, this is your one warning.
You're done.
After this, you won't get the hand back.
You're done. This was the same dog that when we got it, it was being roughhoused with like a bunch of teenagers. So it was used to like teenage roughhousing.
Yeah.
And so it saw me as like the same, and I was a kid at the time, like young. And it saw me and it thought, oh, somebody to play with. And it went and jumped on me. And when it jumped on me, it like literally, because it was big enough, even though it's just a Cocker Spaniel, it was big enough. It was a big dog. Big enough to knock me over. And he landed on me. But the way that he landed on top of me, his paw landed like right on my face. I've got like a dent in my cheek
Oh, okay.
because of him.
It's like, you bastard.
It's like, dang it.
Adam W. Johnson over on Twitter. If I own a dog that attacked without provocation, I would have named it AOC. Or Twitter. Or Twitter. That's fantastic.
Very good. Very good.
yeah.
There's a lot of people being banned from Twitter right now.
Yep. Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter as well. They can't change the Oval Office carpet. It's a piece of American history. I'll bet it's still stained with Bill Clinton's historical spunk.
Oh. That was just the blue dress, though.
Yeah.
She caught it all.
Cancel producer Chris over on Twitter also filling holes in the wall of the White House with toothpaste at Dylan Lyles for BP on the at TechRoo 2024 ticket.
I think this works.
I wouldn't mind being vice president.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. Hey, can I be sex date?
Sure.
All right.
Nah.
Well,
No, maybe Department of Defense.
I'll do that.
All right.
All right.
I can do that.
I'll do treasury. I'll literally be sitting there like, no, you can't spend that money. No. It's
But I
yours.
wanna know.
No, it's not yours. You can't do it.
Every time he reaches, you
No,
slap
stop
his hand
it.
like a.
Stop it.
I said no.
Stop it.
No.
Send that bill back to Congress. No.
He's sitting there with the pen, but I want to sign.
Stop it. Has smacked the pen away from his hand. Stop it. Don't spend any money.
Some of these are good. Adam W. Johnson is good on this one.
Yeah, he's got it.
There's a couple of them on here we're going to read when we come back. This is fantastic.
Yep.
No, I'd be. See, the problem with it is I could never make president.
You'd be
way too forward.
You'd have a Kamala Harris issue.
It would have to. Yeah, it would have to be. Or yeah, my past is, and it's not exactly checkered per se, but it's not one that most people are going to look at and
it's
go,
not perfect.
"There's the guy we want as vice president."
That's the guy. Hey, if the president dies, we want that guy.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So, well, not even from that angle. Like, we definitely don't want him as president. So, I don't know. I would do it if I could. I'd do president too. It'd scare the hell out of people.
Yeah. Well, that's the best.
But like,
part.
here's what we're gonna do. Not a damn thing. I'm gonna sit back
Nothing.
in the Oval Office in a chair
You gonna Calvin Coolidge it?
the whole way, brother.
Oh, hey, Congress, can you cut the deficit in half?
Yeah, I need. Congress
Just straight
cut
in
everything.
half. If you need me to fire people, just let me know. Just tell me how to cut it in half.
Mm-hmm. I'd see if I could go better and deeper than Coolidge did. And like I said, other than that, thank you. I'd say, but no, that
Hold on. We're coming back.
that.
This is Defenders Live.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Adam W. Johnson on Twitter. He's got a couple of them. I say a couple. There's a few on here I'm going to go through. Starting off with, I'm going to defend the dog for a second here. You will never, ever find a picture of it pretending to grope a woman on a military hop while she's asleep.
All right, good job.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a
Yep.
good one.
Yep.
He also goes, it's going to be a bad optic if Biden has to pardon Major, the dog.
Mm-hmm.
He would have to pardon the dog. That would be pretty bad, wouldn't it?
Yep.
We already did that one. And then following it up with, finally, that's it. If I ever have a band, I'm calling it Historical Spunk. So good.
I think Izzo beat
Tropic
you to
Slug over on Twitter. The only problem with white toothpaste is cockroaches love the stuff, and DC is a swamp.
it. Very true. Very true.
Touche.
Yeah. A little bit of spackle then.
Touche.
Go ahead with the spackles. You'll be all right with the spackles.
I mean, you obviously, like, spackle is not cheap, so what you would do to make it run longer is you just mix the two.
Yeah. And then at least it hides the toothpastiness.
And the only, well, yeah, I was gonna say, and the only way that you have to worry about the cockroaches thing is if you just put the toothpaste on there and walk away. Like, if you don't sand it and actually paint over it, then it defeats the purpose. It just looks dumb.
yeah. I mean, if you paint it, they're not going to.
If you're gonna paint it, they're never gonna find it.
Right. Well,
I mean, they might find it from inside the wall, but at that point, it's still painted.
And they're in the wall.
Yeah. If they're in the wall, you've got bigger problems.
Yeah. I mean,
So
you've already got bugs everywhere.
yeah. Someone hasn't watched their ass in a while.
That's right. That's right.
Just saying. So, great news.
Good news.
Great news. Just so we're clear, this
on
is
the border front.
on the border front. There is
It's
the
so
most
good.
amazing news.
You guys are gonna love this.
This is fantastic. You're gonna be gay. I'm telling you, you're gonna be so happy about this. Border Patrol has released approximately 30,000 illegal immigrants directly into the country since January as facilities designed to hold immigrants overflow amid the ongoing immigration crisis. That is according to a former top border official under the Trump administration.
I thought this was great news.
It is. They're releasing that. So here's the deal.
They released them, yeah.
Yeah, they released them into the country. So now there's not a blockage at the border. There's not all these people trying to get in. There's not all these kids sitting around
but there is.
in cages.
But there still
30,000 have just been released into the country, into America, by the way. That's the country we're referring to, in case you were not clear.
But that's
into the United States.
But that's since January, which means this is still, they're still overflowing.
Yeah, that's approximately 10,000 a month, if you want to get technical.
Yeah, and it's still overflowing.
Soon to be,
It's still overflowing, and these are illegals that got released into the U.S. So in the U.S., not released,
not sent
back,
home,
not sent back into the wild, but into the U.S.
Yeah, into the U.S. Yeah, yeah. So it's fantastic. The American population has grown by 30,000 people so far.
Illegal immigrants.
That's fantastic. The population has grown
by 30,000.
We're growing
in 3 months.
30,000 strong and growing.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Former acting commissioner of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Mark Morgan, told the Washington Examiner that migrants were released by the Border Patrol without being transferred to immigration and customs enforcement facilities where families could be held for up to 20 days. Quote, "You're not going to find that anywhere because they're locking down the information," Morgan reportedly said, adding that he was personally given the information by Border Patrol officials. Morgan made the remarks after a roundtable discussion on the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas, which included lawmakers, local ranchers, and medical officials, and business leaders. Yeah, the news comes as Biden and his administration continues to grapple with the worsening crisis along the U.S.-Mexico border as unprecedented numbers of migrants surge into the country, anticipating lenient treatment. And apparently, they getting it.
Nay, sir.
Nay, what?
Biden is not grappling.
No, he left that up to Harris.
Yeah, she's begging. She's also down on her knees again.
I was gonna say
she's looking for a diplomatic way to fix this.
Something that satisfies both sides.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Though publicly downplaying the crisis as just quote unquote a challenge, the administration is clearly scrambling to manage the rapid influx and is now apparently electing to simply release migrants into the country as space to house them runs out. And perhaps without issuing court dates, by the way.
Probably, yeah.
So this is literally a...
Just go.
Yeah. No, fine. No, if you slip through, we don't see it.
We didn't see you come through.
Yeah. Don't ask, don't tell. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't
It worked
see
well for the military.
Yeah, well, it actually did.
I know. Until they got rid of it.
Until he said something.
Yeah.
Normally, illegal immigrants released in the public are given a notice to appear, because that also made a huge difference, too, because we all know they came back.
So good. They all come back to their appointed time.
Every single time.
Every single one of them.
They are very punctual, which is a charging document issued by immigration enforcement authorities to commence deportation proceedings against an individual in a federal immigration's court. But a report surfaced last week indicating that the situation has become more dire than the Rio Grande Valley, that Border Patrol is considering releasing illegal immigrants without providing the court date. Why not? I mean, why not?
Why?
They're not showing up to the damn thing anyway.
They're not going to be there.
Stop. Wait, that is the start of the Green New Deal, is you turn around and stop wasting paper, stop cutting down trees that you issue to these court dates to.
These illegal immigrants.
Yeah. Stop doing it. Just send them out. They're not showing up anyway.
They're not going to show up in the first place.
I give it to you. Some of them are like, oh, I don't understand. And they come back.
Right.
But most of them don't.
Most of them are like, they've already got it planned out because they've already been told, hey, by the way, you're going to get a little piece of paper. Just throw it away when you're done.
Yeah. We're on this side of the line. 2 fingers, Chief. We're out. Like a fat kid in dodgeball.
That's
gone.
Deuces.
Like the wind.
Uh-huh.
A senior source reportedly told Fox News that the border situation has, quote, become so dire that the Border Patrol has no choice but to release people nearly immediately after apprehension because there's no space to hold people even to do necessary NTA paperwork, end quote. So what's the point of apprehending them then?
Turn them away.
Well, no. If you're apprehending them and then sending them right, and just kind of letting them continue on their direction, what's the point of stopping them?
Why are you?
Why are you there?
Are you making sure they just don't have like guns and drugs at that point?
Does it matter? They're not going to do anything.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. You're not doing a damn thing.
It's not helping.
I get that you may want to, but if you're literally being held up and you can't bring people in and they're making you release the people, don't just at this point, I'm at like, just don't stop them.
Yep.
Don't stop them. You're going to stop them?
Have a clicker. Just have a clicker.
Have
and
a
count.
clicker.
Yeah, have a clicker and just count as you go. Just
There you go. Or if you want to stop them, if
yeah.
if you truly want to stop them,
Then stop them.
then stop them. Hand them a pamphlet of all the wonderful options that they could take advantage of, all the great government handouts that they can be entitled to or not entitled to,
Not actually
depending on how
entitled to,
smart
but
they
yeah.
are about working the system.
Right.
And then if you just kind of want to give a good little dig into it, have some Mormons hanging out. And then once they're go from the pamphlet on what you can get to the Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, and then on your way to freedom, never to be seen again.
Border Patrol ran only by Jehovah's Witnesses.
That would be fun. Or Mormons, because then they would try to chase them down on bicycles in the desert.
No. So each facility, right? You have one. You split it up.
Mm-hmm.
One. It goes Mormon, Jehovah, Mormon, Jehovah, Mormon, Jehovah, all the way down the line.
They don't complain because families are torn between religions.
Exactly.
It's like, how dare you?
It's perfect.
My father was witnessed to by a Mormon, and my mother was witnessed to by a Jehovah's Witnesses, and I ended up Episcopalian.
It's crazy.
My sister's a Methodist.
We all came up here Catholic, and I don't know what happened.
America truly is a horrible place. Look what they've done to my family. We've been torn asunder.
None of us can actually celebrate anything anymore.
Screw it. We don't get birthdays. We don't get Christmas.
I hate this place.
I'm giving 1/10 of my income every month. It's bullshit.
I hate it.
I
hate
wanna
it
go
here.
home.
I want to go.
I'd rather smuggle cocaine in my anus. Fox News noted that such a decision would be unprecedented if enacted and would place the responsibility of seeking an asylum hearings on the migrants through Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, and legal assistance.
Okay, once again, you're now the term migrant.
Yeah. They're not migrating. I mean, well,
They are
technically they are.
migrating, but it's illegal.
Yeah.
Migration.
Yes. You are infiltrating a sovereign nation under false and illegal pretenses.
Right. Which is why you need to be stopped and then turned away and say, go back through the other gate.
Yeah.
It's like Disneyland. I'm sorry, you're going through the wrong gate. Go no. Sorry, no. You can't go through the side door. You have to go this way. This is for employees only.
Yeah. Get out of the alley. We're just back here smoking.
Yeah, sheesh.
Yeah. It should
What
be
it is.
noted. It should be
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
It should be noted that Morgan's report to the Examiner did not specify whether or not the released migrants had been issued a court date. However, it is true that they are released before being transferred to ICE, then the suggestion may be considered likely. So basically, when Border Patrol catches them, if they don't make it to the ICE people, then they don't get their little piece of paper, which again, they don't pay attention to half the time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the point?
Yeah.
Why are we wasting the resources financially to have people down there if you're just going to literally let them walk through the door?
So we can do this. The San Diego County Board of Education has agreed to send teachers to provide in-person instruction for hundreds of teen migrant girls being housed in the San Diego Convention Center, while many of the schools in that district still remain closed to in-class learning.
Again, California.
Knows how to party.
Well, California
Knows how to party.
in the city
Of LA.
Well, of San Diego. I love San Diego by far. But I love it. I really did. I lived there for a brief stretch from the military. I loved it. One of my favorite places in California.
Yeah.
And California as a whole, like, is probably one of the most beautiful places in America.
Right.
One of. I didn't say one of.
Sure.
And every time I hear one more stupid thing like this, ironically enough, what little bit I saw of LA, I liked it too. It was a little crowded and dirty, but I still liked it.
Right.
But no, every time a new story comes out that just adds one more thing to the stupid pile that is California, it breaks my heart because I'm never going back. And the more stupid that
worse
comes
it
out,
gets.
the harder it gets, the worse it gets, the less likely my chances are going. And right now it's, at never.
And it continues to push back further.
Yeah, and somehow it passes the never infinite. I don't understand, but I don't know how I didn't realize it could go into the negative like this, but it has.
It definitely has.
We've hit 0 and somehow have gone below that.
Quite a few oftentimes.
There's a lot they would have to be done to bring that up. Like I couldn't, but it sucks because California
is pretty.
It's beautiful. The weather is fantastic. Even I loved it. And if it wasn't the progressive cesspool that it is, the failure that it is, I would be wanting to be there almost as bad as I want Texas.
Exactly.
Almost. Texas will always still be number one.
Well, yeah, that's because of freedom. Los Angeles Times reported over the weekend that the first 500 migrant girls between ages 13 and 17 have arrived in the convention center for shelter from Texas and Arizona on part of overwhelming waves of unaccompanied children that have arrived in the United States at its southern border since President Joe Biden has taken office. The outlet reported the San Diego County Board of Education will provide classes for the girls. Ping pong tables and soccer balls, among other recreational items, will also be available.
Oh, good. So we're not just giving them an education, but we're giving them entertainment.
That's right. San Diego
Fantastic.
County Supervisor Jim Desmond confirmed the news on Twitter, writing, quote, "The San Diego County Board of Education will be sending teachers for in-person learning for the migrant children at the convention center." It's great. There's in-person learning for them. I wish every child in San Diego County was allowed the same opportunity.
And he's right. How the hell are you going to turn around and afford this kind of stuff to immigrants? Excuse me. Correction. Illegals. Period. It's very similar to what canceled producer Chris over on Twitter put out there. Hashtag Trigger Dylan. American students are being neglected in favor of illegal immigrant children in cages.
Yep.
And that's true. How is it that you so, and what's worse about it is not only is it so obvious and blatant how the federal government looks at its people, that they are literally taking people who have committed crimes, who have come here illegally, who God knows anything else about them.
Yeah.
And you're giving them education. You're letting them go where they want to go. You're not holding them accountable for anything.
Right.
And then you're going to turn around, and then the worst part is the people.
But they have Joe Biden t-shirts.
Well, I was going to say, but I was going to say, meaning the people of America.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, no, let them go in. They absolutely need to go.
They have to have it.
They don't have to have it.
They have to have it.
They have to have their ass sent back home.
Dylan, they have to have it.
Nope.
They just have to have it.
No, I'm not going to.
They have to have it. The San Diego Union Tribune,
Mm-hmm.
San Diego Unified, remains closed, but is scheduled to open for in-person instruction April 12th. The district and its charter schools say, they're expected to get a total of $342.6 million from the American Rescue Plan. So they're waiting until they get money to open up.
They got to pay the teachers unions.
That's right.
That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
Tropic Slug over on Twitter. It's only a matter of time before someone loses their mind, and the Border Patrol agents, the Border Patrol is going to find a bunch of illegals and coyotes gunned down. That's true too. I mean, when you eventually people are going to go outside the bounds. That's one of the few things that America still has going for them, is they don't put up with this crap. Eventually, then when they start seeing the neglect going on around them, and especially when you're talking about these people who live in these border towns, it's getting overran
with this crap, and like they're having to actually put in a a state of emergency.
Yeah, like when you with the coyotes and with the cartels and things like that, they're coming in and taking over these places. There's all kinds of crime going on in these border towns.
Yeah.
People are going to get tired of it, and they're going to take matter into their own hands. And the worst part about it is they're doing literally what any normal human being would do. Is they are resorting to defending themselves because that's only people they have to depend on.
Yep.
And they're going to get punished for it.
Yes.
That's it.
Right.
It's going to blame the people defending themselves, just like everything else that goes on in America right now. It's the good guy's fault.
Yep.
And
Actually, you know what? I'm going to save this one.
you're going to wait on that
I'm
one?
going to say it because maybe we can pull it and talk to our favorite Canuck.
Ooh, that's right, because that's
Maybe
another one
we'll save-
that's going to make my head
Yeah,
explode.
We'll save that one for the Canuck, and we'll do this one. How about that?
Okay.
Canceled producer over there on the Twitters at Stephen Airy picking stories to hashtag Trigger Dylan.
That's literally his goal.
I know.
Whether he's at work,
It's my job.
whether he's working or not, he's like,
I am just.
let's see if I can find something to make Dylan's head explode.
That's what I do.
Can we get the tumor to rupture live on the air?
That's right. Richard Rivera.
Oh, no, wait. Stop.
Once.
Stop.
What?
B from the SAV. Let's brainstorm. There has to be a better way to protect the borders. And he has the gif of from Blazing Saddles. Does anybody got a dime? Where they put the toll booth up in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know what?
That's hilarious.
That toll booth has done more than
The Border Patrol.
Border Patrol and ICE has been able to do.
Since
And it's
since
not their
Biden-
fault, by the way.
Since
Just so
Biden took office.
Yes, it is not their fault. Just so we're clear. It is not their fault. They are merely acting on the resources that they have and from the orders that they are given from the top. It is not their fault. And I do not blame them. Having said that, you might as well just let them go at this point.
Having said that, Tropic Slug, I went to Geneva to get a degree in humanitarian aid. One of the things we talked about was the backlash against refugees by locals because the refugees were getting all sorts of things that the locals could not afford.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons why, if not probably the sole reason, why you don't have the government responsible for handing out aid.
Right.
Especially in America. America, when you have freedom, it's been proven a million times over that free people are giving people. If you force somebody to pay to help someone out, they're going to do it begrudgingly. They're going to only do the absolute minimum. They're only going to do whatever, and it's going to be a lot harder to be able to pull off,
Right.
and to get to happen. Whereas if you turn around and say, and you could tell by doing it. Perfect example, and I guess it's a perfect example. How many times have you worked at a place that some parent will bring in like, oh, my kid's selling Girl Scout cookies. Oh, my kid's school thing is doing this and doing that.
Right.
They always make the money. And
They
you know how they
always
do that?
make
Because
you don't even
it's
have
a
to-
voluntary thing.
And you don't have to guilt anybody. You literally just take it to an office and say, hey,
Anybody want to?
My kid has this going on. If you want to, sign up and we'll get it to you. Okay, great. But
Yeah.
$700 later.
Yeah. And
That's how it works
As
every
opposed to
time.
if you walked in and goes, everyone has to buy something, then everybody's going to buy the cheapest thing to get, and they're only going to walk away with $50.
Right. And everybody gets pissed because
Yes.
now everybody had to spend money that they didn't want to spend or they didn't want to
Yeah.
volunteer spending.
Yep.
Right. And that's just how it is.
Anyway, sorry.
Nope. Sorry. Never mind. We'll get back to that joke later.
Okay.
So Richard Rivera murdered. He murdered a New York police department cop, execution style in 1981.
Okay.
Come to today,
Okay.
now
Okay.
he's been recruited to sit on a panel tasked to coming up with police reform plans in New York.
The guy who executed
Literally. Yeah.
a cop
Yeah.
in New York City
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
is now
Convicted January 12th, 1981.
Huh.
Yeah. Of murdering a police officer and spent 39 years in prison for his crime.
wow, that was only almost a month after my birthday. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's 81. I'm sorry. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Continue on. I can't do math.
1981.
Shut up. I got it.
You good now?
Got it.
You're right?
I said move on.
Okay. Oh, jeez. The killer was 16 years old when he and four other armed teenagers attempted to rob BVD Bar and Grill in Queens. Walsh, a 36-year-old cop with 12 years in the service, was off duty at that same bar when the gun-toting teens attempted their heist. As the hero off-duty officer identified himself as a cop and reached for his gun to try and stop the robbery, Rivera shot him in the shoulder. Rivera then walked over to the officer as he laid helpless on the ground on the floor, pressed his gun against the cop's head, and shot.
Damn.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's not even like, oh, well, I did a dumb thing and I just reacted. No,
that's not a dumb reaction.
That was
the shot in the shoulder.
That's an accident.
You could have said it was an accident, or you had a trigger finger or whatever. No, you shot the guy in the head point blank.
Yeah,
that's not good. Rivera is now sitting on a panel for Ithaca and Tompkins County that is designed to help plan police reform in upstate New York as part of the Governor Andrew Cuomo, the Lord Governor Cuomo.
He's almighty slayer of economies and destroyer of states.
New York State Police Reform and Reinvention Collaboration Executive Order that was signed in the wake of George Floyd.
Oh my God.
Which, by the way, mentioning George Floyd, I finally watched the camera, the body cam.
Oh, yeah.
I finally, 20 freaking minutes of that. I finally watched it.
Mm-hmm. And your verdict?
The only thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so George Floyd started complaining before he even got out of his car that he can't breathe.
Okay.
Like, the cop was like, "I need you to step out of your car."
Okay.
But my mama just died. I can't breathe.
Okay.
27 times he said that.
You counted.
No, they counted for me.
Oh, good. Okay.
I didn't have to do it. He said, "I can't breathe" 27 times. 90% of that was before he was on the ground. He also asked to be put on the ground. He didn't want to get into the cop car that was air conditioned and had the windows rolled down with a cop standing next to him because he was scared and claustrophobic.
Okay.
So he asked to be put on the ground, but he was still flailing. So they had to hold him down.
Yeah.
The entire time they held him down until he quieted down.
Look, fully.
Which is when he stopped breathing, but they didn't know it because they didn't know it because they weren't checking his pulse.
Yeah, they just figure he finally calmed down and relaxed.
But that's because he was on fentanyl.
Yeah. He was ODing on fentanyl, basically.
Yeah.
Well, not ODing. I can't say he was ODing.
No, he OD'd. He had enough in his system to kill 2 people.
Yeah.
He OD'd on fentanyl. Plus, he had COVID.
In a time when COVID was nothing.
Right. In a time when COVID was nothing. He had COVID. He was he was high off his ass on fentanyl.
Wow.
And
well, can you really say high? He was very much about to fall asleep.
Oh yeah, he was dead.
He went the way of Prince and Michael Jackson.
He killed himself.
Yeah.
Okay. The original coroner's report, the one that's actually valid, not the one that they're getting some sort of crap from during the phase, stated that he did not die of asphyxiation. He died of an OD. And while there was bruising on the back of his neck from the knee, that was what the cop was actually shown how to do. That's how he was taught.
Yeah, that's how you're trained.
Which, by the way, is a terrible idea. But that's how he was trained.
Yeah.
So he did exactly what he was supposed to do, except for he missed one step. And that was to make sure to turn him on his side. And he didn't turn him on his side because it was floundering around.
Yep. I haven't watched it. And
So I watched it.
I am at a point where I don't care because
They just gave this guy's They immortalized this guy as Jesus Christ, and they gave his family millions of dollars.
yeah.
And now they're going to try and crucify the cop,
Yeah.
the one specifically that had his knee on the neck.
But that's what I'm saying.
When
like,
he literally just did his job. And the entire time, he had perfectly calm conversations with everybody around. He was not overly aggressive. He tried to calm the guy down.
Yeah.
He tried to do all of it. No, I'm
No.
sorry.
Like
No.
I said, it's not going to make a hill of beans because they knew all this stuff going into it and it still happened. So I don't care anymore. Real quick, B from the SAV over on Twitter. At Dylan Les has just brought to life my personal philosophy. If there's a need, I will give abundantly. Tell me I must give. And I wave my Gadsden flag and tell you to go pound sand.
Right.
I love it. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That's what I'm telling you to do.
I'm telling you that.
Go.
Go.
Now.
Yep.
AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
You don't have to buy anything.
No, just go. Historically great coffee. Go to mojo50.com. Check out everything over there. The great hosts and shows over there. DOAEshow.com is our website. Check out everything we got, the archives and the shop, and become a defender with us. Follow us on all the social medias at DOAE Show. Use the hashtag arm yourselves. Like, share, subscribe, share, friends with stuff, things.
All of it.
Whatever. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.